Hello and welcome everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you're joining us from. We are thrilled to have you here in our live on ServiceNow session. For those who are new to digital portfolio management or just getting acquainted with the product, we will do a brief overview that showcases what DPM is, what are some of those use cases, what are the pain points that it solves. Then we'll dive into the release updates. To kick things off, I'll just start with safe harbor notice. We might be talking about few things that are on the roadmap that have not been finalized yet. So to summarize what it says, please do not make any purchasing decision based on anything that you might look at the webinar today. The product roadmaps keeps on changing with the evolving market that we have, and just want to have that over here. Awesome. For today's session, I'm going to quickly start with my intro. I support digital portfolio management in the capacity of an outbound product manager, and I've been with ServiceNow for close to now 1.8 years now. I've worked with the ITSM team, and on the call, we also have multiple dev team joining in for moderating the Q&A and helping ensure that can answer all of your questions. We might have Justin drop in, Aaron, Mike, and Celine as well. So feel free to add in your questions in the Q&A. And before we jump in, I just want to go over a few housekeeping items for today's event. So please use the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen to ask any questions that you may have during the session. We'll try to answer them throughout the session or at the end. And you will also find a reactions button. So give us a quick reaction to let us know if you like what you're seeing on the screen, if the feature or capability really resonates with you. And this presentation will be recorded and it also will be shared after the event. It gets posted to our community. We have a DPM community product hub. You can see this presentation uploaded over there as well. And after the event, you will also be prompted to fill out a very short survey. The feedback really helps us in deciding what are we going to present in the next session and what's needed in terms of enablement and product content or the capabilities that you're looking forward to in digital portfolio management. And yeah, and feel free to just add your questions using the Q&A and not on the chat because it helps us to also track the questions in case we are unable to answer them during the session. We are also happy to answer them offline. Okay, awesome. And other than the session that we're presenting today, we also have a pretty extensive lineup for future live and ServiceNow events where you can similarly interact with ServiceNow experts and also your peers as well. And the link with more details about the sessions will also be shared in the chat today. And it's also present over here if you can scan the QR. I'll wait for a second on the slide before I move on to the agenda for the day. Okay, perfect. So we have a packed agenda designed to help you maximize your digital portfolio management implementation. First, we'll provide a very brief and concise overview of digital portfolio management for those who are new to the product. And then we'll cover the Zurich and Q2 release highlights, followed by a demo of these new enhancements in a live product instance. Okay. Awesome. So, with that in mind, I'm going to launch our first poll of the day. That's for us to understand where the audience is at. Are they looking at DPM for the first time or are they in the process of implementation? And also just check everybody's awareness right now. The poll is going to be up for like 20 seconds or so. Feel free to answer. Okay, I see participants answering. So, okay, so a lot of folks have not installed but are investigating. Awesome. So you're gonna like the capabilities that we've released recently. A lot of them are catered towards setting up the instance. We do have folks who are hearing about it for the first time. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna keep the poll up for a few more seconds. Okay, there are a few in the process of implementation as well. Awesome. We would be glad to help you out today. Okay, still see some answers coming in. Okay. Okay, it's a pretty variant group. A lot of folks are investigating right now. So hopefully this helps you understand the product better. Okay, I'm gonna end the poll now. And thank you for your responses and participation here. And let's start with it. Okay, so our journey in developing digital portfolio management began with identifying a very critical issue that's faced by our customer. There was, of course, the challenge of having a very slow and inefficient IT service delivery process that usually stems from either they are having disconnected workspaces or they are having reactive incident resolution and they have very poor visibility into which service is performing well for them. Where do they need to invest, where they need to migrate from their older systems, or where do they need to focus more of their ability or efforts or resources right now. So and in with today's fast-paced world, these organizations are then grappling with high costs and inefficiencies of their IT services, and it's a very common struggle that's trying to balance out your budget while also ensuring that every dollar that you're spending is bringing in real value. So I'll cover the key pain points that are constantly driving in any new feature capability and the product direction and product strategy as well. So the first one that was there's no central place to view or collectively manage both your services and your application. And that basically helps you in maintaining that clear overview of your entire digital landscape. So if you even look at the entire technology workflow products, they are close to around 70 to 80 CSTM tables that you have to club together to get that one common strategic lens that can help you understand, oh, this is where my entire organizational or my product strategy is going from your ideation stage to your final execution stage. The second pain point that we've heard that resonates really well with the customers as well is that we need real time data and information. And that is just scattered across so many disparate tools and altogether lacking it it's very lacking and it altogether making it very difficult to understand my entire system performance. And the third one that we hear is, of course, about siloed work, which is about lack of visibility into what's technical, operational, and my roadmap dependencies. How is my IT talking to my business stakeholders? Are we able to communicate well on what is needed, or are we able to show them the value that our infra or our services are bringing it to the end business goals? And last, of course, is the complicated setup, where it becomes very time consuming to set up what you own in ServiceNow, or you face a certain lack of guidance on how it should be done. So, DPM brings together that entire view. And thinking for this and solving for all of these problems led us to DPM, which you can see is represented in a very powerful visual over here that covers the basis of what DPM offers. So, you can bridge together multiple parts of the platform and track performance through a single lens in DPM. So, a solution owner is someone who wears multiple hats in an organization. The responsibilities could be of a portfolio manager, a product owner, or a service owner. They are responsible for ensuring that the strategy is getting driven properly from the stage of ideation to execution. And a solution owner might have multiple number of services, offerings, and application that they manage as part of their role. For example, let's say we have an app support manager. Might be owning the finance platform. He might be owning a bunch of ITSM tools and also some bespoke internal applications. So TPM allows them to group all of these services together into one single pane of glass. And it is also about creating the portfolios that you can structure over here according to what's needed for your organization. Any market standard frameworks that you're following, or any internal custom methodology that you're having to set up those service portfolios. It's all about breaking down these silos and providing that one unified workspace that offers the real time visibility into services and applications. So with DPM, it's not just about managing IT, but it's also about strategically aligning it with your business goals. It rolls up views that you are seeing in strategic portfolio management, whether it's your strategy, goals, or whether it's your product roadmap. And it allows you connect that to your offerings, incident, outages, changes, and any availability related metrics that you might have. So it brings together that data and metrics so you can make your decisions and actions by looking at all of the aspects of your organization. So it helps all your stakeholders in managing all of the solutions that they have effectively by having one single source of truth for your performance and the health of your digital assets. Now, DPM was launched as part of ITSM Standards Q in San Diego family. It comes with business stakeholder licensing, so it's pretty much available to everybody. There's no extra cost that anybody needs to bear to access a digital portfolio management workspace. And as we continue to innovate on the product, we are constantly incorporating the customer feedback that we have from these live on ServiceNow sessions or any other conferences, even the community, and we try to add that in the product as quickly as possible. Okay, awesome. With that context setting done, I'm gonna move on to the release updates that we have. We're gonna cover what was released as part of Q2 and as part of the Zurich release that just happened, our very big family launch right now. And with that, I'm also going to launch the second poll of the day that is just to understand. Okay, awesome. Let me launch the poll. So this is to understand how does portfolio creation and management approach that's followed by your organization as of today. So we do want to understand what's the primary methodology of framework that is used by multiple of our customers so that we can ensure that DPM also follows along in the same fashion. So please feel to answer whether it's any custom or whether it's TBM or whether you are following the ITIL framework. Okay, so we have, okay, so maximum audience is on ITIL. We do have some TBM folks. Oh, hybrid approach, yes. We've always seen parts of organization having different approaches to that. And it's all right if you're unsure right now. We've always had a pretty variant group of audience. So I'll have the poll up for a few more seconds. Okay, I do see a few more responses coming in. I'm gonna keep the poll up. Okay, awesome. Thank you to everyone who has participated. And I'm gonna move on to our first release update, which very well aligns with the poll question as well. I'm gonna end the poll. Okay, awesome. So maximum of everybody in the audience follows ITIL, then we have TBM, and we also have a good number of folks who are having and following a hybrid approach of industry standard as well as custom methodologies. Okay, awesome. So the first capability that I want to talk about today is the guided enterprise portfolio creation that we release. So we've seen that portfolio managers have been struggling with the classic lists and form view while creating and editing enterprise portfolios, specifically the service portfolios, which was still yet created in service portfolio management. There was the product that was before digital portfolio management. And that's been leading to like process inefficiencies and overall a very cumbersome and non-cohesive user experience. So to address this, we have released an enhanced and a guided portfolio creation experience. It has been introduced as of Q2 release, and it allows portfolio as well as TPM admins to leverage a builder experience while they are creating or editing service, business applications, or service instance portfolios. And under this new approach, admins can leverage out of the box three different service portfolio templates, or they can even create their own portfolio template using the easier visual map that they can now see of the portfolio structure on the left side of the screen. So the three out of the box templates that we've released right now for service portfolio are one for higher education that shows you what are the different IT services that are part of any organization that's in higher education. Then we have a very basic IT service portfolio. And then we have one more, which is sample organizational structure. So in case you are managing your services based on your org chart, you can follow and leverage that template. So this solution also includes a visual builder to define your taxonomy nodes, and it also gives you the ability to edit any of your existing portfolios that are already created. So this is a much more richer, overall improved experience for defining service portfolios. And you can use similar experience while you are creating your business app portfolio and your service instance portfolios as well. This enhancement overall is to provide you that simplified and expedite the portfolio setup process and decrease your overall time to value with TPM. It can offer you the full context of your services, offerings, and applications in that one enterprise portfolio lens. That's like the key point that you look for in digital portfolio management. It is improving the overall workspace experience, both for the admins as well as for your end users, and increasing configurability for service owners and admins who are tasked with setting up these portfolios in DPM. And we're also going to cover this capability in the product demo as well. We're going to showcase you how to leverage these templates and also how to edit any existing portfolio further down in the session. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna move on to the next enhancement. So this is also focused on helping portfolio managers proactively inform other stakeholders about the key performance indicators that they have set up for any of their portfolio solution types. So this can be done now by triggering email reports. So we've constantly heard from customers like we have few stakeholders who are a bit reluctant to open up the platform to look at the service portfolio. So this actually helps you to trigger that messaging to them. This helps in bringing that right stakeholder engagement and also the attention that you might need on your performance and health of your portfolio at that exact minute. It also helps you get that quick summary without accessing the platform. This new functionality of triggering that email is can be accessed by DPM admins. They just need to enable and manage that email reporting system using the DPM admin center. It's a pretty simple system property that helps you streamline the entire process. It's very easy to configure and maintain. And by default, the email property has been set to false, but it can be enabled by your DPM admin, and it can also help you schedule those emails as per any time that you might have. And you can also enter the maximum number of service owners you're going to be getting that email. Okay, awesome. And of course, I'm going to cover this as part of the product demo as well. Okay, so and then we have multiple feature enhancements that are focused on improving the overall out of the box configurability of the workspace. So DPM is something that we've seen a lot of customers like to configure based on what's relevant for their organization during that stage, because it brings in data from so many different places and platform. And now we want to reduce some of that data clutter as well that might not be the key aspect that you're focusing on right now, or it's not the priority for you right now. So TPM admins are now also able to reduce some of that data overload that they can see on the info tab for all the three solution types, for services, for business apps, as well as for application services. And they can do this by configuring which attribute or dimension to display using this toggle functionality in the DPM admin center. This overall improves the usability of the workspace, and it enhances visibility while allowing you to only focus on those key data metrics, whether it's locations or whether it's support group, so that the service owner can focus on only those data metrics that are relevant to you right now. And all of the configurability is very easy with just a toggle button in the DPM admin center. And the next enhancement is has been requested by multiple customers. I'm super happy to announce that it's already been released as part of the Zurich. So it's the enhancement of the enterprise portfolio preview page, which is a very vital view for service owners and specifically the executives who are looking to get that quick snapshot of their entire portfolio performance. So from Zurich release onwards, this page will now allow you to display multiple KPIs at a glance. So if you have multiple KPIs that you have mapped out to your portfolio, you can now get to see that quick summary in the preview tab itself. You do not have to navigate further down into different layers to look at the exact extra detailed insights that you want to. This improvement basically means that users no longer have to delve into each user solution type to gather the necessary insights, thereby significantly reducing the time to value and providing that comprehensive summary views that your executives might be looking at. And for DPM admins, we are introducing the ability to mark enterprise portfolios as active or inactive. So let's say there is a enterprise portfolio that you're currently still setting up and you do not want it live for your end users to use right now. You can mark it as inactive. And this feature is overall helping you enhance that data governance piece and also help you bring that operational clarity for solution owners. This is addressing the common challenge that multiple solution owners have, like how do I prioritize which enterprise portfolio I want to focus on right now if you are having multiple enterprise portfolios created. So the goal has been overall to reduce data clutter, get more value out of the DPM workspace, and encourage end users, that is the service owners, to be much more open to opening up the platform, and by reducing this cumbersome navigation and repetitive step so that they can get reach that holistic picture of portfolio performance as quickly as possible. Additionally, with this release, now users will also be able to align their solution data with the latest CSTM 5.0 labels. So CSTM team has released the latest CSTM methodology white paper, that's the CSTM 5.0, and as part of that, there have been certain enhancements to how application services are now being known as service instances, and technical service offerings would now be known as technology management services. So these updates are also now available in DPM, and all of these updates are available with the same licensing that DPM has always been on. Okay, awesome. And now I'm gonna move on to the product demo and actually showcase all of these capabilities and how you can go about configuring and utilizing them. Awesome. I do have the last poll of the day, and we would love to get to know which resources and channels do you usually leverage to understand more about what's coming up new, what's the release updates, and generally about the product as well. So if everybody could respond, this will really help us set up the future sessions as well. So I'm going to keep this up for 20 seconds. Okay, I'm going to keep it up. I still see few more responses coming in. Oh, short feature videos. Yep. I think everybody is now into short form content, so we definitely something that we are also focusing on. We do post a lot of deep dive videos as well, but right now we might also be posting short form videos of all the release capabilities soon. Okay, I'm gonna keep it up for a few more seconds. Do see a few more responses come in. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your preferences with us. And of course, we'll keep that in mind in going forward that YouTube might be the preferred channel, and same as live on ServiceNow as well. Pretty much equal preferences over there. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna end the poll and I'm gonna move on to the product demo. Awesome. So I hope all of you can see my screen. So this is going to be a live instance. So I'm going to walking you through how you can access digital portfolio management and walk you through each of the release capabilities that we talked about. So you can access digital portfolio management using workspaces. Uh, all of the workspaces are present over here. Currently, I am logged in as a DPM admin. You can impersonate users. We're going to do that as I walk through the different capabilities. So the first thing that I'm going to show today is how to create enterprise portfolios using the new guided flow. So I'm going on to the enterprise portfolio module, which you can access through the left panel. And over here, you will see three different options that you have. One is create service portfolio, one is create business application portfolio, and one is create service instance portfolio. So now enterprise portfolios are defined hierarchical structure of all of your organization services and application. And these are basically created through the enterprise portfolio builder. And you can select create service portfolio as one of those steps today. And when we choose create service portfolio, you get the option whether you can want to build it from scratch. You have a defined structure already that you're using in your organization that you want to just go ahead and create that portfolio, or whether you are new right now and you want to start with a portfolio template. So we have launched three portfolio templates as of this release. One is related to higher education, and another is related to an basic IT service portfolio template that has the entire approach of strategic and operational aspects of technology within any organization. The third is the organizational structure. This basically has your org chart structured in an enterprise portfolio manner. Okay, perfect. So let me select one of these portfolios. I'm going to walk through the process of the higher education. I'm going to choose this template. Now, as soon as you choose the template, you get an option to apply everything from the template. That means the portfolio taxonomy nodes, all of the services that are part of it. You can quickly click on the drop down, see what are the different services that are part of it. Or the second option is you want to apply the template. You want to include the portfolio and the taxonomy nodes, but the services is something that you want to define on your own. So if you select this, that means just the taxonomy nodes and the portfolio will be created, but you get the option of adding your own services as and when you edit the portfolio further. So I'm going to select apply everything. So another thing to note down over here, if you select this option in which you are applying everything, all of these services that you're seeing also get added on to your service table. Okay, awesome. So let me use template. It's going to create that entire portfolio. So it was as easy as this. The entire portfolio is right now set up, the base structure of it. And now you can start adding in fields like what's the short description, who's going to be my service portfolio owner, and who's going to be my service portfolio manager, and few more other portfolio related fields that you have. You can start either uh, you can mark it as active or inactive. So right now, since I'm logged in as an admin, I do get that option of marking it as active or inactive right now. So this is the other feature capability that got released with the Zurich release. So let me add in a service portfolio owner and a manager. We should have to say, oh, oh, yes. Oh, I think this one is not mentioned for all this, but let me add the KPI group. So out of the box, we have performance snapshot as one of those KPI groups that have four different KPIs as part of it. And you can add that KPI group directly to the portfolio. And clicking on save. Oh, so you can see the message pop up that has been successfully loaded and also been saved. Now, as part of the builder experience, you can also now add in any services. So let's say if I want to add any service, you can access all the services that are already part of your business table, or you can click on create new that allows you to create a new service that you can add to that portfolio over here. So previously, all this gets routed on the portfolios from service portfolios, but now you can do that through digital portfolio management. Okay, awesome. And if there are any questions related to creating that entire portfolio structure, please feel free to add that in the Q&A right now and we can answer that. Okay, awesome. I'm going to move on to the next capability that I want to show you as part of this. So I'm going to save this portfolio. And I'm going to see if we can edit any existing portfolio. So this is the existing portfolio that we have. And if you click on edit, you get the capability to edit the existing portfolio that you might have. This also follows a similar visual experience that you have, in which you can either add a taxonomy node, or if you click a bit more, you can add a service. And let me see if I can add a service over here, or let me see if I can service here. Let's see, application development. I want to create a new service. It's going to route you to a list and form field where you can create and add that new service. You can add in the name, it's application view. So I want to add SAP. It's part of the IT's this portfolio. You can add who's going to own it, who's going to be the delivery manager for it. And you can see some of those fields are already auto-populated. And then you can submit. As soon as you submit it, you should be able to see that come up over here under application development, SAP. And you can add in more details as and when you can add it, what's the change group for it, what's the category, and all of the different information that you have, what's the cost currency for it, and who is it managed by. All of the fields you can see it over here right now as a DPM admin. Oh, awesome. And this is part of editing a portfolio. And as part of editing a portfolio here also, you can see again that option of making it whether active or inactive. And you can also add in multiple KPI groups for any portfolio. Okay. So let me save that. Okay. So right now you can see the higher education IT service portfolio has already been created, and there is also the performance snapshot already attached to it. Right now it's not having any data because right now you're just looking at setting up the portfolio right now. And as soon as more data starts popping into different services that you have created, you would be able to see that. Awesome. And the next use case I'm going to showcase is about being able to configure the info tab. And of course, then I'm going to move on to how emails can be triggered for the performance. So you can access the system configurations through DPM Admin Center and under settings. So under DPM Admin Center, under settings, you can look at and configure each and every one of those lifecycle tabs. So with this release, we also introduced the capability to update information that you can see on the info tab. You can toggle on, toggle off. Let's say you don't want to currently see personal portfolios for any of your services and offerings right now. So you can simply toggle that off, and the entire solution card and the widget card that you have on the info tab for all of your services and offerings would be turned off. And similar thing is also available for business app properties and for service instance properties. So if you look at info tab for any of the business application properties, you can see that currently out of the box, it's gonna showcase you what is the relationship between different business capabilities, app services, and other business applications. You can simply turn that off, or you can turn off the list of enterprise portfolios that you can currently see on the info tab. And let's say I do not currently want to add in any additional information because currently still in the process of setting up my workspace, so I can toggle that off. Similarly, we can also do that for service instances. I currently do not have software and hardware models, so I'm going to turn that off. And all of these changes then get reflected back on those pages. So I'm over here, back in the workspace, and I'm back in the list. Let me look at any of these offerings that I have. Okay, just select this. I'm gonna go on to the info tab, and right now you will see that no personal portfolios are visible. So similarly, if in case right now you do not want to showcase contracts, you can use that toggle button to turn off contracts as well. Some on the list, let me showcase business apps, HR onboarding, info. So right now, for HR onboarding. Right now, no additional information is present for that business app. Okay, go back, service instances. It'll be Zoom meeting under info. So under info, we've also removed information from the service instance led. So similarly, general information also, if you currently want to remove personal portfolios, if you want to turn that off, it can be done using the toggle button. So I think I see something on the chat, just quickly. Oh, yes, the portfolios over here would be created as part of the enterprise portfolio table, and that gets stored in CMDB. And microservices. So that would be a bit different from this digital workspace. Okay, and awesome. So that was the capability of configuring the info tab. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is the capability of sending in emails. So right now I am currently logged in as an admin. So I can see the capability of sending emails and I can also configure it. So that is also done using the DPM admin center. I'm going to go back over there under settings. So you will see a different tab created over here known as email properties. So this is where you can uh, turn the toggle off for email button. So that allows you to, yes, all of your service owners, when they are going to log in to the DPM workspace, they're going to be able to see that button and have the capability of sending that email. That's basically proactively involving your stakeholders about what are the different performance metrics that you have. And you can also schedule these metric emails for all your DPM manager solution owner roles. Or if you do not want to give it a scheduled email that's happening like once every month, you can turn that off. Now, the maximum number of DPM managers who can receive the email right now out of the box is 1,000. And if you want to look at what are some of the visual attachments that gonna get added onto the email, you can click on this and you can look at that. And if you need more information on what this capability does, this is also the link that you can take it. Okay, going back into the workspace, let me log impersonate a solution owner because email is currently active. I should be able to see and send that email. Okay, I'm logged in as a solution owner. I'm accessing my digital portfolio management workspace. I see bunch of issues that I currently need to solve. So I want proactive engagement from my. So right now you can see you are no longer able to see that active or inactive flag because right now I'm logged in as a service owner. So service owner will only be able to see the portfolios that are currently set as active. Okay, awesome. I see the capability of sending an email. I see there are 263 incidents that are happening. There are a bunch of critical incidents happening, and I want to inform somebody on my team about it. So you can set in different recipients. You can set in multiple folks as well. Let's bring in David, let's bring in Abraham. You can send in any message to them like, hey, can you check out the incidents that are happening? Any message that makes uh is relevant to you at that stage, and you can send that email out. So they are going to be able to see this entire performance snapshot, and you can send this at different layers as well. Let's say you only want to focus right now on this particular technical service offering, then you can only send email about the performance of this particular technical service offering. You do not have to send the entire portfolio summary to them. So this allows you that flexibility to whether look at the entire big picture or only you want to focus on one particular technical service offering at that one stage. Awesome. And the next capability that I'm going to showcase is the ability to add in multiple KPIs. So right now you can see there's only one set of KPI group that you can see right now for one of your portfolios. So right now you are able to send multiple. So let me showcase that. So that can be accessed. You can either do it through the admin center or let me end the impersonation. Okay, you can either do that by accessing the DPM admin center, or either you can do it by accessing KPI group mappings. So I'm going to do it a bit differently this time. I'm going to do it using the KPI group mappings. So over here, you can see these are all the KPI groups that you have created, and these are all the different nodes or portfolios or services or offering to which they are mapped to currently. So what I'm going to do is I am going to select one of these KPI groups. Let's just select this business application performance. And this is the current KPI group mapping. It is currently only assigned to IT service management and Salesforce Sales Cloud. And over here, you'll see this DPM property that is show on preview. So right now, this KPI group is also seen on preview for these two business apps. So let's say if I go back to that business app, going to enterprise portfolios, it's part of business apps, IT, service management, IT service management. So over here, you can see in IT service management, you are now able to see two different KPI groups present on the preview tab itself. So you don't have to go down in the details and then actually look at the detailed summary that you might be looking at for any one particular solution type on the preview tab itself. So if I had that check mark off, then you would only be seeing one portfolio success metrics present on this preview tab. Let me do that as well. KPI group mappings, business application performance. I'm gonna turn that off. Gonna update the record and let me go back to the workspace and let me refresh it. Okay, some business applications, IT, service management. So yeah, right now you can see there's only one portfolio success metrics that you can see on the preview tab. So this is highly flexible for the organization. You've seen organizations create their own KPI mappings as well that is relevant to them at that particular stage, and they only want to showcase those KPI mappings present over here, not the out of the box. So that's why this capability is there, and it's pretty easy to trigger. A lot of these system properties are part of the DPM admin center and can be accessed from it. So I do want to showcase that once more. Under settings, we have also released in the past releases the capability to also configure all of the plan, build, and run tabs as well. You can either toggle off any of those demands if you're currently not using strategic portfolio management. And if you want to turn that off right now at that present stage, you can leverage the DPM admin center to do that. Okay, awesome. I think that brings us to the end of the demo piece as well. We've covered three, four capabilities that we've all talked about today. That was using the new portfolio builder experience, in which that you are now able to use the out of the box three templates that are present for service portfolios. So we've covered the capabilities of Enterprise Portfolio Builder that allows you to use the three out-of-the-box templates for service portfolios, and you can use a similar experience while you are creating portfolios for business apps as well as for service instances as well. And we've covered how you can trigger emails now to your stakeholders so that they can get to know about what's the portfolio health like right now and what do they need to focus on right now. And then you can configure the info tab. You can either mark your enterprise portfolios as active or inactive, so you can lead to more operational clarity for your end service owners. And we've also seen how CSTM 5.0 labels are currently available in digital portfolio management. Right now, you will see all your technical service offerings marked as technology management services, and you will see your application services marked as service instances now. Okay, awesome. If are there any other questions, showing can be. Yes, they can be automatically assigned if they have the correct CI mapped out in the record and the correct incident owner. So that would be more of service operation workspace, less of digital portfolio management. But you would be able to see that incident roll up for that service offering in DPM. Okay, awesome. Are there any
There's
questions?
actually, Nikita, there's actually a good question about from Jean. Gianni. Can you provide an example why we would use SPM workspace and when to use DPM?
Okay, so SPM is the let me bring back that slide so that it's much more easier to see. So as I showcased before, uh, DPM allows you to get that overall picture. So you'll be using SPM when you are just focusing on strategy, goals, and roadmaps. But DPM also allows you to marry that aspect of your organization with your IT service management. So you're not just looking at strategy and goals, but you also want to see how that strategy and goals, the ideation part, is finally right now in implementation, in execution stage, when they are already getting operationalized. So let's say you have multiple service instances that you've planned out, you mapped out different goals, and then that demand pipeline finally gets implemented by epics, stories, and everything. You can see all that roll up in DPM as well. And you can see if there's any incident, outage, or change that is happening on that one particular strategy that you had defined for this. So that allows you to, let's say, create a new continual improvement initiative. You are seeing multiple changes come up. You are seeing multiple incidents happening for that one particular service instance or with one service offering. So that's when you start thinking and you start making calls on, okay, probably my strategy or my roadmap or the items that I have right now in my backlog, those need to be refined a bit more on what is currently happening in the operational aspect of the world. Okay, I hope that answers it. Are there any other more questions that we can answer live? Okay, I think Raf is saying that. Okay, so the capabilities that we showcased in the last, the CSTM 5.0, both are part of Zurich as well as Yokohama. You would be able to access the portfolio builder as part of the Q2 release. So you should be able to get that on Yokohama as well. Okay, I think we've answered all pretty much all of the questions. And one last thing that I would like to cover before we wrap up for today is the DPM maturity journey. So we've heard questions about how do I go about implementing DPM. A lot of the aspects we covered today, like DPM Admin Center, is your go-to resource that you need to access right now when you are implementing or setting up that entire workspace. It gives you that guidance. It gives you that assurity whether your data is currently ready to be surfaced up into DPM. And we've had this DPM adoption journey and DPM blueprint available out there on community. And right now I'm just showcasing one slide, but it's actually 10 or 15 long slides that are going deeper into each and every one of these points. It helps you identify and think about what can be my business service versus what can be my business app. It gives you examples and it helps you give and look at that exact table names that you need to look at when you are defining those solution types. It helps you allow what are the different portfolios that are available out there and what is the different kind of KPIs that I can leverage. What are the out of the box KPIs? How do I need to configure my plan tab? What's the information? What are the different licenses that I might be needed? What are the different applications that are getting integrated? So the DPM maturity and adoption playbook that's available on community has a lot of this detailed information. So I would highly recommend everybody to just access one if you are currently investigating how to implement the DPM workspace. And this entire journey also showcases you why you need to build a strong foundation. Because if you are having the correct data relationships built out, that is basically 50% of the battle won. Because if you have that strong data foundation set up and that data relationships built out, there is not a lot of configuration or application setting that you have to do in DPM. Most of it is pretty configurable and you can do it very easily by using the DPM admin center. Okay, awesome. With that, I do have few more resources that you can access. The adoption playbook is what I just covered. We do have past live and ServiceNow events. We have office hours, vision series, in which one of our customer spotlight has been there, in which they share their journey of how they implemented DPM. We also have DPM Academy videos. So let's say if you have questions about how do I calculate service availability, how do I map out my KPIs, how do I create custom KPIs, all of those questions are getting answered in those academy videos. And in live on ServiceNow events, we also did one on how to set up your CSTM, what can be a simplified version of it. We had posted that on community as well. That is also available for everybody to access. Please feel free to look at it if you are confused about what does a technical service offering means, when do I say that this is a business service. That session is highly, highly important right now to look at. Okay, awesome. I do want to share about a few other resources that's provided by ServiceNow at large to help the customers implement and optimize the platform. We have ServiceNow Impact Team that can, which is basically a customer success product that helps you maximize value with long-term adoption guidance and support. And then we have our training and certification resources that are available through the ServiceNow University to help you understand and build the organizational talent that you need to succeed. And then we also have expert services, which is our ServiceNow's professional services team that helps you implement and optimize your ServiceNow. Thank you so much for today, and please let us know what you thought about today's event with the post-event survey. And hope you liked the demo, and we were doing it all through a live instance. So, yep, you can see how the process of implementing DPM can go. Might be there, but it's a long journey ahead. Thank you.